The incident involving Naval Lieutenant A.M. Yerima and the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory Abuja FCT, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, has continued to draw attention across Nigeria because of the way it unfolded and because of the wider question it raised about leadership, land administration, and respect for armed forces. According to a report from Sahara News and other eyewitness accounts, about 30 hectares of land in the Federal Capital Territory were originally allocated to serving and retired security personnel, including senior officers from different branches of the Nigerian military. These allocations were meant to serve as part of the welfare package for people who have dedicated their lives to protecting the country. But the story took a very dramatic turn when it was alleged that the current FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, reallocated the same land to people close to him, leaving the original beneficiary confused, frustrated, and deeply concerned. The situation became even more complicated when the former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, retired, mobilized a contractor to begin development on the portion of the land that was allocated to him. Instead of the process going smoothly, officials from the FCT administration reportedly arrived at the site with security personnel and chased the contractor away. This act did not only raise questions about the legality of the minister's position on the land, but also brought up issues about whether the rights of retired military officers were being unfairly ignored. Feeling insulted and pushed aside, the retired service chief called on some of his colleagues still in service, and together they mobilized military personnel to protect the land and allow the contractor to continue the work legally assigned to him. Lieutenant Colonel A.M. Yerima, a young but disciplined naval officer known for his integrity and courage, was tasked with leading the soldiers to secure the area. When they returned to the site, they allowed the contractor to resume work peacefully, but the matter did not end there. According to the report, Minister Nyesom Wike sent his official and security men back to the site to stop the ongoing work for the second time. When they got there, they met the soldiers on ground who stood firm and sent them away, insisting that the land was legally allocated to the retired naval chief and that the contractor had every right to continue. This action by the soldiers was not a show of force or disrespect to civil authority. Rather, it was the defense of what they believed was legally theirs and a demonstration that military personnel should not be pushed around without due process. When the officials returned to the minister to brief him, it was said that Nyesom Wike became extremely angry and immediately went to the site with a large number of armed policemen. His arrival was dramatic and tension rose instantly. However, when he attempted to gain access to the land, the soldiers led by Lieutenant Yerima stopped him from entering. Instead of taking the proper route by calling the Chief of Defense Staff to address the matter as required by protocol, the minister engaged the young naval lieutenant in a heated verbal exchange. Eyewitness reported that Minister Nyesom Wike accused the retired naval chief of illegally acquiring land, claiming there were no valid documents and no building approval for any project there. But Lieutenant Yerima stood his ground respectfully and firmly. He told the minister that the land was legally allocated and that all necessary documents were available. It was at this point that the minister allegedly lost his temper. He insulted the naval officer, shouting at him and even raising his hands, reportedly